Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back and good morning for most. Today I wanted to start with a reaction review from Fairy Tail of chapter 487, The Third Seal. So let's begin at the top of page 1. I think therefore you are. Okay, we have the fan art obviously, the opening of the series. And it seems like they're announcing something here, but it's already in Japanese, so I cannot translate this for you. But it seems to be more of a seems to be cover art or a movie of some sort. We were told we were gonna get color pages. So I guess this is what they meant by the color pages at the very beginning when you first open the chapter. You get all these color pages of Natsu doing a fiery kick and punches and stuff like that, wearing And it seems to be like a movie, kind of, that they're advertising here in the first 4 pages, or the first 5 pages, correction, of this chapter. So now I start on page 6, ladies and gentlemen. Let's begin without further ado. So here we are, and August, the king of all magic and strongest of the 12. The negotiations with this foe will determine the fairy's future. So they will try to negotiate, to strike a deal with August to see how things are gonna go, to work out a future for the fairies so they won't destroy them. Seems that he's to be strong, or just like Lady Eileen is being described as being strong as well. They find they are no match for them. But then in the last chapter, Eileen was also seen doing something pretty tricky and sneaky. And she might have something up her sleeves, and she wants to become the main. She wants to become the main person to be like the most powerful of all of them, not August, but Eileen herself. And Zeref was able to notice this, and he was the one who actually sensed it and said, what exactly are you up to? So let's see on chapter 487, Fairy Tail, The Third Seal, and let's see what exactly is it that she's up to. So at the bottom of page 6, what exactly are you playing at, Brandish? I've come to negotiate with you. So of course, Brandish is the one that's negotiating with August. As soon as Natsu does not attack, they'll be fine, because this guy looks pretty strong. I'm really disturbed, as you can tell, as I studied through my words to see what this guy can actually do. Has Jacob been killed? He was defeated at the hands of these two. He isn't dead. He's been taken prisoner. What of God Serena? He should have been with you. He's here with me. Brandish, magic power is definitely high, but August, it's higher, that's for sure. Have Natsu and Lucy's senses gone dull or something? This guy is in a completely different dimension. How then do you mind clarifying exactly what you meant by negotiate? I would like you to halt your advance. So Brandish says, so August says, what do you exactly mean by negotiating? And Brandish's negotiation is, I want you to halt your advance. Basically, hold back everything you've been doing till now, because she wants to grant Fairy Tail a future. She does not want to see them destroyed because they helped her find her way. So it would be very wrong of her to actually let them destroy and allow them to advance. But let's see what August says. Will he oppose this negotiation, or will he allow this negotiation and will ultimately become accepted? We do not know as of yet. We gotta keep reading to find out to the end of this chapter and see what the turnout is at the end. For what I can gather, it doesn't appear you have been tortured. Am I too interested to interpret this as a betrayal? That couldn't be further from the truth. I am and will always be a loyal citizen of Alvarez through and through. It's just I cannot find my way, meaning in this war. Those very words are in direct betrayal of His Majesty's will. Need I remind you, we Sparragan 12 have dedicated our minds, bodies and soul to His Majesty. Hey look, another Majesty. So now we have 2 Majesties, one in Bleach and there's one in Fairy Tail now. Not surprising. And don't forget that Boruto, the series, starts this month, by the way. Just letting you know, you watched the Naruto series, that's something you'd definitely be interested in. So just keep that in mind. I don't know what exact week. It could be tomorrow, it could be next Thursday. But otherwise than that, let's continue with the series of Fairy Tail, and I'll leave that for a separate video that will come out today as well, with a whole bunch of other reviews that I have for you guys and updates. If in spite of that you still cannot comprehend why you must fight from his cause, then you are nothing more than an enemy who must be eliminated. So there you have it. August does not accept the negotiation, therefore the words that Brandis has just uttered to him are the same exact words they would usually use to betray their majesty, and now they're about to fear the true wrath of August's power. So let's see what happens here. The Northern Furor. So now we're going to the Northern Furor. Mostly action sequence here, not much going on, not much dialogue. Probably page 10 will have some dialogue. Let's see after this actually loads. Okay, we have Gadget, remember fighting death, Mr. Shakespearean of mind and thought, should I say. Are you seriously gonna be okay in this all? Even with all these magic barriers for particles, no need to worry. Solid script mask is completely flawless. With the first seal, thy magic is stolen by means of the magic barrier particles. I love the way this guy speaks, believe it or not. With the second seal, the door to the underworld is open almost an endless field of corpses. And with the third seal, the Reaper brings hell's judgment upon thine lives. Thine. Beyond thee, there is no hope of return. To the living realm thou values so much. I used to love Shakespeare back in school. I find it that the words they use are just so, they have more of a feel to it compared to the English you speak now. But this guy just makes it, just gives like the Shakespearean like more of a kind of deadly twist to it over loving twist, if you know what I mean. That means he's not human. The power of the 9 demons bursting forth from the underworld. Curse power, exploding helix. So basically refers to 5 famous swords forged in the Muromachi period. So Muromachi period is basically a time in history in the reality, in the real world, in which you have 5 famous swords that were actually made during that time period. And that exploding helix is actually that explosion and the helix were put together is a reference to those 5 swords made during that time period. I will give you an entire history lesson, but we gotta focus on this manga chapter because I have other 2 mangas to bring to you today. So this is the Tenga Goken translation. The 5 famous swords were forged in the Muromachi period. That's what the Tenga Goken actually stands for. There's a little writing there. And then the Onimaru was one of the aforementioned swords that were made during that time period, the Muromachi period as well. And aside from that, all is plunged into darkness. That's what that means, the Trifarmer's Curse. And then there's Tenchi Kaimei, which could mean something else in the next page. So this attack, it can't be. Son of a... You're telling me he can use all of the Tataro's demons' curses. So basically, Tataro demons. If you remember the Tataro demons, they had certain curses they would use to fight their enemies. And the Reaper happens to be the ultimate of all of them. He can use all of Tataro's techniques and use it at his disposal and at his will with thine experience. So I'm not about to fall prey to the same move twice. Soul stripped whole. So Gadget was the one who actually fell victim to this technique, but he says this is not happening anymore. I'm not falling for this twice. Nice one, Levy. Ice Devil's Rage. Iron Dragon's Roar. So there's a clashing that's going to happen right now between 2 or 3 attacks, actually. Using Slither, Gadget. Behold, curse power which surpasses the 9. To the underworld, the dead internally walk. And Godzilla is pretty much shit, not good. 3rd seal release, and he releases the 3rd seal. How are they going to defeat this guy? This guy's the Reaper, I wonder. Jeez. This guy's a skeleton himself. Well, nobody ever thought skeletons could be this gruesome. Somebody cheated out information there. You know, not uncommon to see stuff like that. Over Skeletor. So here's that kind of a skeleton-like technique of a whole bunch of skeleton skulls actually going over Gadget, and you're all sinking into the They're sinking into the skeletal pool of skeletons, basically. They escaped from the life-stealing whirlpool. So Levi seems to be hurt at the moment. Hey, your mask came off. Forgive me. The truth is, from the very beginning, it had no effect at all. Magic barrier particles can also be absorbed through the skin, you know. I am pathetically weak, aren't I? Then why the hell did you come here? I just wanted to save you. So Levi seems like she's either exhausted or she has actually died, because she said that the particles do not affect her, but they do. In which case they can actually be absorbed through the skin as well. And Gadget tells her, why did you come here then? Because she wanted to protect Gadget overall. But with that makes him really angry. I'll be back in a jiffy, right after I rip this moron a new one. Hang tight. How utterly futile. So Gadget pretty much is getting destroyed at this point as well. Physical attacks have no effect on my splendid form. Why am I the only one without a damn cat? So you finally learn how to activate it. The true Dragon Force. Dragon Force, yes. After training for a year, I've become able to use it. As far back as I can remember, I was always the one falling behind. It was beyond frustrating and so damn pathetic that it made me want to run away in shame. But you know, I don't give a shit about any of that anymore. So Gadget was the one who always fall behind to everybody else. And he doesn't care. He gives two shits about it pretty much at this point. He's like, I'm going to move forward. And no matter what anybody tells me, I'm going to continue to move forward because that's who I am. I keep trying. And eventually I get things just at a much more slower pace. As long as I can keep the woman I felt for safe, nothing else matters. You can't. Preposterous, he's willingly ingesting the magic barrier particles. Thou art a full magic barrier particle, completely and utterly destroyed Etheranano. Thou canst not possibly absorb them. You can't do that, Gadget. So Levi is telling him, you can't do that. You can't absorb these particles. It's too much for you. So the dragon technique that we're talking about doesn't need to basically absorb pretty much particle energy that is around you that may do harm to others. And he takes more of this dragon-like scaly form shape. Just what is this? Jet black, iron. There is no returning from this. This cannot be by metabolizing the minuscule amount of iron present in the magic barrier particles. He was able to digest the poison. So this was poison, and he was able to digest the poison, and he takes more of a scaly, like metal dragon look to it. So he actually, now he's able to hit the Reaper now. Mind body is being damaged by physical attacks. Inconceivable. In order to arrest me, for that sole reason, he risked his life to change the property of his magic to match that of my curse. I refuse. I shan't accept this farce against such a lowly human. No matter the cost to me. So he seems like he's doing alright so far, but Levi mentioned there's no turning back, so I wonder what that means. I'm taking Levi back to the guild, safe and sound. So basically, Gadget is doing this for the sake of Levi and her safety overall. And the Reaper here, you see that he's defeated. And it seemed like Gadget is finally running out of the dragon formation that he has. Which is why he was fighting him so fast, because he only had a few seconds to hold it. And Levi seems to be happy, alive, and well, being that he was saved. However, there's a twist. I shan't die without a price. Thou shalt accompany me for all eternity. So now, the Reaper is going to take Gadget into the underworld and accompany him for the rest of his life. So next time, to be continued on chapter 488, ladies and gentlemen, next week, Monday, the two of us together forever and always. as the title hints to that of the Reaper taking Gajeel away from Levi herself. So thank you very much for joining me today on this reaction review of Fairy Tail 487, The Third Seal. The next review up will be Tokyo Ghoul, ladies and gentlemen, so stay tuned for that. And then it will follow Tenato Tokyo Ghoul, the 7 releases will follow. Thank you very much, have a great day. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me up on Twitter as well. And have a great day. Although I just said that. Alright, awkward.